What's up, everybody? It's Supersmallchibiwolf, and today I'm going to be reviewing Kero Kero Chime. This is a 30 episode anime series from the early 1990s, and first thing I'll talk about are the characters. The characters were funny, crazy, and overall wonderfully amazing, and I loved them. First character I'll talk about is Aoi. He is a serious, short-tempered, and responsible guy. He tends to try his best and keep everyone focused on their adventures. Due to a spell, whenever he gets wet, he turns into a frog, and when his skin is dry, he turns back into a young man. Next character is Memori. She is a happy, nice-hearted girl and the princess of the Frog Kingdom. She loves to have fun, play around, and she sees the good in everything, even when it's in a obviously dangerous situation. And she tends to be funny yet ignorant. Also, due to her being one of the frog people, she is capable of jumping really high, and overall, she's cool. Also, even though she lacks intelligence, she makes it up for in comedic entertainment and being useful throughout the series. And I enjoy this character. Memory, she was cool. Next character is Makayla. He's a happy, nice-hearted guy who likes to have fun and visit his sister Memori and Aoi in their adventures while annoying Aoi. He is the prince of the Frog Kingdom and he has a flying horse called Hidanori. He is the brother of Memori and the friendly rival of Aoi. And he was overall a good character as well. Next character is Shoko. Shoko, she was a magic ball that knows everything. She loves to think that she's the greatest crystal ball that has ever lived, and she claims that she's always right on her fortune. And I enjoyed this character. She was pretty cool. I also enjoy her interactions and friendly rivalry with Leap. Next character is Leap. She is a nice frog, Leaf girl, who is at first she has bad intentions, causing harm to Aoi and his friends, but later on, she evolves and befriends Aoi and helps him on his adventures to try to find a cure for the curse that he unfortunately has to live with. Leap has a friendly rivalry with Shoko, and they tend to go at it many times, and I love these moments. It's pretty cool and fun. Next character is Sue. She is the evil princess of the Snake Kingdom and the princess of the Snake People. She is in search of the magic books so that she can bring back the snake people to their original world. And she thinks that the Frog Kingdom and Frog People, the Frog Kingdom and the snake people are rivals. And they have been going at it for years, decades even. She also develops a different view on Aoi, yet continues her adventures that she believes is the right thing to do. Well, eventually when she meets Aoi and she has like a endearing love and affection towards him. He somehow makes her fall in love and act differently while she's in this love state. And overall, I think she's a cool character also. She was funny, she was overall cool and nice character. Next character is Poopoo. He is a nice-hearted snake and he is afraid of snakes as well. Although he is a snake, he is afraid of snakes, and he works alongside Sue, the princess of the snake people. And yeah, it's a little weird, but overall, I think Poopoo is a nice character. He is not a bad snake who has villainous intentions like his friend Sue, but he would help his friend out and go along with her, helping her out. But in certain situations, he is willing to, he's shown to not be of a bad heart. The other characters were also great. Like, for example, Shoko's evil cousin, Setara, who also helps Princess Susu. The many one-time characters that we see within the episodes, and sometimes they kind of reappear, and I enjoy those characters as well. Now, overall, I think the characters were really cool. Next thing I want to talk about is the music. Now, I enjoy the music. I think overall, Kero Kero Chime has a few songs, overall, but I think those songs are really great. I personally enjoyed the first intro and outro more than the second intro and outro, but overall, I think, it has good music. Now, one thing I always say is I hope these OVAs get longer, and this and that, or kind of make a little comeback, reappearance, so maybe we could have more songs and interesting stuff, So yeah, pretty cool. Next thing I want to talk about is the story. Now the story is about Memori, the young princess of the Frog Kingdom, and one day while waking up, she decides to jump on the pond to take a morning swim outside her castle, throwing her clothes, which lands on Aoi, a young guy who's trying to get away from these frogs, the knights that are trying to go after him. And then eventually the clothes it just falls on his head and he ends up tripping on the ground. After Memori's morning dive, she jumps out butt naked and meets Aoi. And after hearing the frog people, he just runs away as fast as possible before they could get him. Later, while Aoi is there, he gets surrounded by the frog soldiers and he holds Memory hostage, trying to find a way to get away from all this mistakes in the situation overall. But then one of the frogs basically beats him up and kicks him down into a lake, and there we find out that he turns into a frog. Unfortunately, the story goes that while on his ventures, he runs into a young guy named Makayla who throws a bucket of water at him and yells, "Kero Kero Chime." And as Aoi gets up, he realizes that he has turned into a frog. And unfortunately, Makayla doesn't know how to reverse the magic that he put on him. So he is in search of Memori, because Makayla tells Aoi that Memori, the princess of the Frog Kingdom, has a solution to reverse the search and cure him from this curse that he has. But then later he finds out that unfortunately Memori does not have the knowledge or ways to reverse the spell that has been casted on him. So from here we see Aoi and Memori in search of the special book to reverse the spell and as well save the king and the queen of the Frog Kingdom, the parents of Makayla and Memori. And from here the story begins. Overall the story was cool and I overall liked it. Now, if you were wondering what Kero Kero meant, it would be rabbit, the noise frogs make. This is brought up in one of the episodes, and as a little side thing, throughout the series, you could see throughout the sub, you could see that little boxes pop up describing certain things or breaking it down to kind of understand more of the phrases that they are using, and this is one of them. So Kero Kero means that Kero Kero is known, or what was it? It's one of those things that people think that rabbits say. Frogs say, and yeah, it's one of those things. For example, many people say, dogs say ruff, cats say meow, and stuff like that, and I never understood the dog one, ruff, no, it does not sound like that, and I had interacted with dogs before, so the meow part is definitely I could confirm that, but ruff, it's one of those things. People believe that that's a noise that frogs say, and interesting way of putting it. Now I would love to talk about that. Last year I watched Ranma 1.5, and started rewatching it with some other people that never watched it before. So, and the Kero Kero Chime is similar to Ranma 1.5 in the way of two protagonists that had an unfortunate disaster happen, and now that interacting with water, they are transformed. And I enjoyed this, I like this. It's like a different view of that, and I like it. Now, I love to talk about one other thing. I love the weird randomness of adventures that go on, the places, the characters, the situations that they are put in, the crazy comedic things that are happening constantly. I think overall, this is an anime that, if you like slice of life animes, underrated animes, and cutesy animes, this is a combination of all of them put in one, and magical animes. And I think this is one of those animes that is kind of underrated and not talked about enough. I would love to recommend it, if you haven't watched it. Now, I think there are many wonderful underrated animes, and Kero Kero Chime is one of those that deserves love. So, yeah. So after watching Kero Kero Chime, I want to say that I love this anime. It was a funny, wonderful, amazing anime, and I recommend it. It has many wonderful characters, the music was great, and the story was interesting and fun. Overall, I love this anime. Next, now, the animes I recommend are Ranma 1.5, and I believe I explained it already why. And Squid Girl. I love Squid Girl. You know, it follows a humanoid Squid Girl who tries to take over the world, but causes damage and works to repay the debt that she is unfortunately put on. And from there, the story begins with that as well. So, with those three, I hope you find something you love. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.